Responsibility for this.
Listen. For once in all of history, the straight white man got interrupted. I think we'll survive.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to episode 2 of season 3 of Deep Magic. We're so glad to have you all here. Our season 3 kicked off with a bang. We have now lost all of our people out in the field in Owen Sound. So, things are going great. We're real proud of everybody right now. Anyways, tonight Iris/Michelle cannot join us. She is not feeling well, so send her love, send her kisses, and, find her on Twitter and follow her in sympathy and empathy. Anyways, we're going to let everybody go around and introduce themselves, and we're going to kick it off. So, MJ.
Hi, I'm MJ Bradley Lestrange. I'm a podcaster and writer, and you can follow my work on certainpov.com.
And I'm going to stop here. Mass Effect Legendary is out right now, and they have a playthrough of all of the Mass Effect things with commentary, and it's called Reignite, and I, the crazy person that I am, had binged the whole dang thing, and you can too, because I've done it, so absolutely go do that thing right now. It's very topical.
It's literally how we became friends.
Anyways, John.
Hi, I'm John Bradley Lestrange, writer and TikToker. You can find me on TikTok at The History Wizard, where I shout about history and nerd stuff.
Very excellently, I might add. Rhea!
Hey, I'm Rhea. I will be playing Anil tonight. You can find me on Twitter at explosive_donut, where, I have polls about what I'm going to cosplay next.
Which you absolutely should go vote in and help out with, and also poke her until she has more projects, because I am this nerd.
I have a project. His name is Alex. He's my child.
I know. But I'm still this nerd.
I know.
Anyways, Velvet.
Greetings, everyone. I'm Velvet Divine. I use favorite pronouns, and you can find me pretty much everywhere on the interwebs at OG Brown Sugar, chiefly the bourbon streaming apps.
Yep. And when I asked Velvet to send me the list of things that Fair is doing currently, I got a list. So you should absolutely follow all those things. They will be in the mid-roll for this stream. Velvet is amazing and has more energy than even me, which is insane. Anyways, Junie.
Hi, I'm Judy Radish. You can find me everywhere because I am everywhere. It's a crazy ass thing, let me tell you. But I'm here playing Anne and doing card tricks as best I can blind.
She is everywhere. She is haunting your dreams. Yes, in that positive kind of omnipresent way. Is Junie God? We don't know. But we do know that I am Spectre Elefet, your local chaos bringer, and you can find me most places on the internet by that name. And if you're trying to parse it out, it means ghost at the party in French. So, also, you can follow this show on Twitter at Arc of the Dragon. You can follow this show on YouTube at Archives of the Dragon and catch up with our backlog if you have not caught up with all of Deep Magic or our one-shots. Or we also have a new show coming out. Will be the day after today, which is Friday, so it'll be Saturday at 1 p.m. We are doing Sudbury by Night, which is a Vampire the Masquerade, a V5 game. I don't want to confuse the OG here. So it's a vampire game. It's run by Unconscious Celestial. She is doing great. Keep supporting her. I know it's going to be wonderful. I get to wear all kinds of crazy things and talk in a very bad Eastern European accent for that one. So, anyways, with that, follow us here or I'll have to come find you. And you can throw bits at us or subscribe, and we're going to get started. Anyways, where we left off, our group had found the Boggin Priscilla in her shop, the Bric-a-Brac, in Owen Sound. And she seemed mildly unaware that her balefire was just poisoned. There was a homeless woman living upstairs who was deeply impactful to the group. She drew you into conversation, and the sheer banality of her life draws you down. In order to escape, the crazy spring lady, who is currently inhabiting her shop, Gray opened a portal, and Jack used his Wayfarer to pull you all to an unspecified distance away from this shop. You have gone very fast. You have managed not to hit buildings on the way out. You have, however, ended up in a small pasture inhabited by one very unfazed cow.
I would like to pet the cow.
Roll to pet cow.
The cow accepts pets fairly benignly. That people come, people go. Sometimes they whiz into existence in front of this cow.
Cow's seen some shit.
I love cows.
So much he confuses them with horses sometimes.
And a goat once, and a bale of hay.
You can't tell if the sweetness behind its eyes is just because head empty, nothing there, or just because it's seen some shit.
John or the cow?
Oh! I can't even be mad. That was goddamn brilliant. God, I love my wife. Oh, y'all wish you were this lucky. That was terrible. I hated that. Sorry, back in Jack. I don't have a voice for Jack, so it's just...
Anil, Iris has been struggling to just get away and start essentially running back to Owen Sound.
I will tie up her wrists and just hold the rope with just like an iron key and keep the key in my hand.
Okay.
So that way if she tries to escape, I can just poke her with it.
Okay. Iris is still mildly struggling, but she cannot go anywhere. I would also recommend binding her mouth, not because I especially am here to bind all the things, but if you don't, she will immediately sovereign you and keep going to Owen Sound. So
I will do that too, because I did not think of that.
I just wanted to, because she will do everything in her power, and that is within her power to do.
Rhea, the person, does not understand all of the things that happen in the Changeling universe.
It's all good. It's what I am here to help guide. You are actually not completely out of civilization. There are houses about every 1 to 2 acres out here. You can see the house that this pasture belongs to quite easily from where you are. In a minute or two, someone will come out and start investigating why there are 6 people in their yard.
Do I have any idea what direction I catapult? Because I guess we went through a portal, so it's not really so much as...
I just made the door not there, basically.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So it's not like a portal.
Okay. Do I have any way of determining what direction I hurled us in?
Probably the direction we're facing away from.
We get to use rolls for once that I never get to use. If anybody wants to roll some wits and survival or some intelligence and survival, I will tell you how far away you are approximately and how much you know based on the position of the sun.
I have no survival.
What is our threshold?
It is you are still in the dead zone. You can feel that, but I will give it a 7 because you're not trying to do anything magical.
What is our threshold if we have 4 pips in wits?
So what is your wits specialty?
We didn't pick one. We were supposed to.
It's my fault. So what would Gray's wits specialty be?
We were supposed to work on it, but we forgot.
It's all right. I will drop you 1 because we don't know what the actual specialty is.
Yay!
Am I supposed to have specialties and things that I have 4 pips in?
In your skills and attributes, yes.
Okay, I have a bunch of those that I have to figure out at some point. Because I have 4 in intelligence, which is what I was going to roll this on.
Okay.
Ooh, not bad. I rolled 3 successes on wits.
Also 3.
Okay. I'm just waiting so I can do levels up of what everybody knows.
I got nothing.
Okay. And do you want to participate or do you just want to let everybody else?
Let everybody else.
All right. So for our 2 success people, you went in the opposite direction of the door opened. So you've gone. Sorry, I'm trying to remember what I remember of this main street. So you have gone further south. Right. And for those of you with 3 successes, you know you've gone south. Jack, also because you rolled this, you know approximately how far you've gone as well. So with this, you have gone about 3 miles out of town.
Okay. Hey, I have good news and I have bad news. The good news is that we got away. The bad news is I'm basically out of glamour and we have to go 3 miles back, and I point north. That way.
The cow solemnly watches this pronouncement and then adds a to the end of it for punctuation.
Too right, cow. Too right.
Why did we even yeet out of the shop?
Because she was about to attack
To
us.
avoid getting trapped in a story of the Snow Queen.
Yes, that is correct. That is both Gray and MJ saying that.
So then don't get
That's a
trapped.
bitchin'.
I could have taken her.
She has taken a deal with the Morgan.
Oh.
That'll do it.
Now, remind me, I know Jack is one of them. Who is the other one who has taken a piece of something to the eye? I believe it's Rhea. Oh, no, it's Anne?
Oh yeah, I don't think it was me.
Yeah, I definitely got a piece of a mirror, I think you said it
Yes,
was,
it is
to
part
the
of it.
eyeball.
I think Iris was the third.
Yes, Iris is
Yeah.
the reason we have tied up Iris is because Iris has a piece of glass that is actively impacting her in her eye. The other two do not have. You have a piece of glass that isn't doing anything currently.
Is it a thing that like I can feel and possibly like is it a visible piece of glass, or is it just like a glass fleck that's just like
It's a glass fleck.
okay, so it's not like a thing that I can have someone pull out with a pair of tweezers.
Ugh.
Once upon a time, there was a mirror created for the 4 seasons. And in this mirror, they saw themselves reflected in the most potent version of themselves. So spring saw new life and verdant growth, and summer saw lazy fruitfulness, and autumn saw the last throes of desire and food, and winter saw herself in ice and glory and unchanging endlessness. But winter desired more power, and so she stole the mirror and took it back to her kingdom. But as she attempted to use the mirror more and more to claim more power, it shattered, and the mirror flecks spiraled up into the air and fell into the eyes of unwitting mortals across her realm. Now, depending on who tells this story, and depending on how many Christians have colonized the area, the devil made the mirror.
Those silly Christians.
It's also like in East of the Sun, West of the Moon, you had to wash the tallow out by being a pure Christian woman. It's a thing. And so, it seems that the Morgan has given the power of spring to this Boggin woman you have been sent to find, named Priscilla.
Why? I don't know who I'm asking this to because I can't just ask the omniscient storyteller because how would I do that? But hey, someone who doesn't have amnesia and has any idea how all of this, everything works, why? What's the end game?
Power.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for who? Like, what is the Morgan
Boggin.
giving spring to some Boggin? Like, what does that get her specifically? Is it just power?
The cycle again. That way more people will be willing to die.
Gray, I believe you had the most successes researching this particular story.
I think so. I don't remember. I definitely did not write anything down.
It's either Gray or Annunciata who have the most, so I will explain it to you both because both of you will recognize this. When Gerda sets out to rescue Kay from the Snow Queen, she passes through each of the season's realms in order to find Kay. And in every realm, each season attempts to entrap her there with different methods, but they all produce the same result. And if you wanted to create a story that was meant to entrap the largest number of changelings passing through the area, you would give the story to those whose function it was to entrap.
I don't understand that last thing that you said.
So, if I am a wandering changeling and I pass through your realm, I would grant someone power that enhanced their ability to entrap people, so that I don't have to go find them all the time.
Okay.
So like a spider web.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Morgan turned the Boggin into a spider web to trap people that she can harvest for power.
Or just kill.
That too.
I figure the Morgan gets power from killing people.
You'd be surprised, but no.
I am surprised.
I also feel like this indicates that Priscilla is not the only one.
Oh no, are there other seasons out there?
How many seasons do you think there are in a year?
I mean,
Depends on where you are.
hey, Annunciata the Sass, can we just turn it from 11 down to 7, please?
There's some places
Okay,
just have a rainy season and a dry season. Are
We
there
counting
years
holiday
where-
seasons?
Like, are we talking about like New Jersey, where we've got winter, and then we've got false spring, and then we've got spring, and then summer, and then like there. What I mean is, are there other personifications of seasons out there trapping people? Because
yes,
that is bad.
yes. I would put money
Anywhere in
on.
the world.
I mean, in fairness, you've not met any, but it seems perfectly reasonable that it could be something the Morgan could do.
You do know and do realize the crow keeps coming back to me every week asking me if I'm taking a deal or not.
No, I don't realize this.
And I know Autumn pretty well.
At this point, the farmer walks out of his house. Well, he's not really a farmer, but he is a rural Ontarian. So, there's a definitely little farm stand out at the front of the drive. And in the other pasture, there are 3 goats who are just really excitedly bouncing around because it's a lovely spring. And I just saw these goats the other day, and they're so cute. The bounce is real. Anyways, it was, hey, how's it going now?
We found your field to do like a photo shoot for a magazine. I didn't realize that this place has been this place was occupied, and I'm really sorry about that. That
Ben's-
was my
That's
mistake. We can
My house? Like, I have a house. Y'all from Toronto?
Quebec actually.
Oh, you're one of them
Yeah,
Quebecers.
we're
I prefer Quebecian.
Now, I ain't gonna insult Celine Dion for you, but you are a bit in my pasture, and
we can totally go.
how'd y'all get in? Y'all drive in or something?
Walked
From where?
down the road a bit.
Well,
We were trying to find a nice spot, so I thought what I found was a good spot. Then we did a couple shots. didn't take. That's the problem with a lot of this area and the time of the year is that things might seem, a good place to take photos, but they just really aren't in the long run.
Roll me a manipulation and subterfuge. Roll me a manipulation and subterfuge.
This is the longest I have ever heard Anil talk without cursing, and I am just standing there like.
Grace just like watching this happen. Like, are you good?
John told Anezia Cat to dial the aspect, so she's biting her tongue, so she doesn't say anything.
In preparation for how this goes.
Intervene.
So what am I rolling? I couldn't quite hear you.
Manipulation and subterfuge, difficulty 7.
Y'all are on your own with this. I've been very careful. Jack has not told a lie this entire time, and I'm not breaking that.
I'm getting fistfuls of the grass around me just in case.
Why?
Talking grass for a quick getaway.
All right, Dale Gribble. Pocket sand.
Well, I mean, listen, I think we prefer I throw grass at the gentleman and not sand.
I'm just.
I got one.
You could throw the cow.
I help.
No, not
Can
the
I
cow.
please help my poor
Yes,
Neil?
you can absolutely help Anil.
Please help me. Please save both Anil and Rhea.
Do you need help too? I've got 3 in manipulation and 3 in subterfuge.
I have 4 manipulation, nothing in subterfuge, but
Okay.
but I have.
Fair, I
4
only rolled 2
manipulation.
dice, so getting 1 success is not the worst thing in the world.
It's not. It really
That's
is
not
not.
bad.
You did something, and that's not nothing.
Well, I will start with your 1 success. He goes, well, I mean, sometimes we do get people up from Toronto wanting to take pictures of the trees and such, but you left your camera somewhere?
I will help us. How much? What was the DC again?
Do you
I'm so
not
sorry.
realize how powerful smartphones are?
7.
Thank you.
No, I really hate to tell you, in Canada, the answer is probably no.
I mean,
It's okay. He rolled only 4 dice. He only has 2 successes, so you're okay. What do you say to help out Anil?
I probably talk about like we're actually like trying to work on this concept album for my band, and we were going for something a little more gritty with cell phone cameras. We totally got turned around. We are so sorry to be on your property. We're gonna dip.
Yes, all right. Well, at least the cow seems to like it. Y'all do weddings? Because my niece is getting married next fall, and like I don't even know. She's been flailing at me about them Instagram photos, and
Here's a card. Call my assistant. She'll hook you up.
And isn't your assistant just Madden?
Madden's like, I
know,
am the best assistant.
I actually do have an assistant at home. This is fine.
He goes, now I'm feeling useless. Tell me I'm your better assistant.
Tell me I'm
Okay,
pretty.
bottom.
Of all the assistants, of all the assistants I could have ever had in my life, Madden, you are the most personal assistants that I could ever have asked for, or even have wanted to hire. And I'm glad that I'm in love with you, and that I could never hire you because you are far more expensive
I was
than
just
anyone could ever
teasing
do.
you.
Are you happy?
I mean, yes, but I was just
Oh, you
teasing
don't-
you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I embarrass you?
I mean, a little, but in the fun way. So we should. Anyways, yeah. Sorry, Mr. Farmer. Do you have a name? I'm real bad at this. He goes, yeah. Name's Lemmy.
Trex.
We can just go now, right?
Yep. You can
We
leave.
resolved the problem.
I just want to
We
point out.
solved your farmer puzzle.
Yes, it's my very difficult farmer puzzle. However, I do want to point out what you have solved is that you are now walking down this street. The other thing about Northern Ontario is not all roads are paved. to
whatever.
to a greater or lesser. So you are now just walking down this unpaved, very straight road somewhere.
She's just
Hate
letting
this
Madden
place.
lead her.
Yeah. I mean, what time of day is it?
It's about mid-afternoon. Y'all went out in the morning and then got
Okay.
stymied by a door and then noped out.
No, that's fair. So it's mid-afternoon in the spring.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Yeah. So yeah. So the sun is in the place that we expect it to be. So north is pretty easy to find. It's
Yep.
it's not a difficult thing to navigate.
Also, it's
Um,
relatively flat up here because once you go past the plateau, it's pretty flat all the way
Yeah.
to the next lake. So
Yeah. So I figure we can just like, unless anyone has a way to procure faster transportation, or give me more glamour, I guess we're walking.
Is there like a tractor around?
We're
I mean,
not
I'm certain
stealing
you
a
could
tractor.
find-
Right.
Do you know how fucking
Actually,
pissed
how-
the cops would be?
How can somebody give one glamour?
So, give one glamour.
Yeah, if I give a glamour to Jack,
Okay, so
he can bippity boppity boop to the car and drive back.
Singular glamour.
Yes, and I.
so there are some things that can go wrong with this plan. Okay, Jack needs to roll a sufficient number of successes to gotta go fast back in the direction to actually get there and to not miss it as well. So there's a range he needs to hit, right? Secondarily, all of you have cell phones. And while this is a bit of the wilds, the actual town itself does have access to Uber. I did check.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
so-
we're out in the middle of the stick, so like the turnaround time for getting an Uber out into the middle of Farmer Jack's field is gonna be about the time that it takes us to just walk the 3 miles back.
Yeah, 3 miles is only like an hour of a walk. I know because I walk my dog 3 miles every morning.
Oh no, blind woman saying "fuck this man" and call me an Uber.
It's like I can sing us a song, so it sounds like it feels like we're going faster because we're passing the time and we're having a good time.
Also,
Ooh,
if-
sing along.
now is actually a good time if you have used up your glamour to either call up your dreamers or do something to inspire one another in an artistic or creative way to help everybody gain glamour. I will say it will be
In that case, I will do that.
Okay, what I am going to say though, it is a little more difficult here in the dead zone because you are in the dead zone. It takes more effort to get the creative juices flowing here. And you can only grant each other one glamour in the time that it will take you to get back there. Whether you Uber, which Madden is determinedly trying to find cell signal and then call an Uber for you.
I am gonna whistle up Jeremiah to have him go tell a story to my dreamers so that I can try and regain some glamour.
And Jeremiah's like, oh, sure, just take the trods. It's not like your dreamers aren't all the way over in Alberta.
Jeremiah, if I had another way, I would do it, but there's no one that I can trust with this except for you.
See, when you say it all nice like that, I just get mad because I just want to fine, I'll do it. Largely because I don't want you to die because you keep trying to do that. And he disappears.
I don't try and die. I'm good at it.
Debatable.
So, what I will ask is if you want to help grant each other glamour, then you are going to need to do some sort of creative thing. Gray, you can definitely sing. You can...
We're gonna have to do some improv exercises.
In fairness, like, there's stupid stuff out there. There is this... I don't even know how to explain this, but like if you drive just a little north out of the city here, there is this giant hay bale stack thing out there, which admittedly looks like giant toilet paper. Hear me out, that somebody stacked into a snowman that's still there.
Parkour.
Right.
Sounds about
Go
right.
do some parkour.
Metal.
So just, anything that feels on brand for you, but is creative, tell me what you want to do. I'll give you a roll.
I will make origami figurines for everyone. I will ask them what their favorite animal is, and I will make origami.
Okay. So that feels like an intelligence and craft roll.
Coincidentally, my highest roll.
She'll do the fortune telling route.
Okay. That feels like a perception plus either performance, or I will take one of the Kenning or Greymare rolls as well.
I do have fortune telling trait of 3 dots to it.
Okay. Then do that.
I am going to tell an epic tale.
Okay. What epic tale are you telling?
I am going to tell the story of Zhang Liliao, who stopped a battle in 603 BCE by juggling.
Okay. Use your charisma and lore for that. Everybody's difficulty is 7.
I have a question.
Unless you
I-
have specialties, drop it 2.
What if I also have a thing that drops me 2 in addition to that?
Then you get to drop it 4.
Excellent. Gray's going to like sing a traveling song meant to keep people engaged and like busy on the road.
A 10 and a 1 cancel each other out completely, right?
I'm doing it that way, so yes, just
Okay, just for simplicity's sake. Okay, and we're at a 7? Okay, so that many.
okay.
Charisma and performance.
That's beautiful.
Great.
Got 4 ones.
Because I have specialties in both of those things.
I am so sorry. Did you get
and
any
4
successes?
2s.
Okay, we have to put you to the side, dear, because you have just botched.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Can I like carve everyone like perfect, like water skipping stones?
Yes, that will be an intelligence plus crafts. I'm going to go with that because it's not like a wits or perception thing. You're not going to charisma the stones into being better.
I could. You don't know me like that.
I might go for strength though. You could probably use strength in like
6.
or dexterity in like how you're using your hand. So pick one of those.
I got a 6 crit.
Okay, great.
Hector, if I have specialties in both the things I'm rolling in, does that stack or is it just 2?
I think I'm just going to stick with 2 because you're already at
Okay,
the 3
so 4.
threshold and you're going to be good.
No, that's good. Because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 successes.
Okay. So everybody except Anil, because I'm sorry.
No.
Didn't realize you could min-max changeling characters.
You can, but only in specific areas. Everybody, what I was going to do is everything up to 3 successes granted a glamour, and everything above that will grant 2. So everybody has got 2 glamour to pass around to each other for whatever you need, except Anil. Anil, you tried. I love you. You can gain no glamour during this time. The banality is really eating at you.
My poor bean.
I got 4 successes. That gives me back 2 glamour, and that gives me then 3 to play with. So like I'm fine
Yeah,
at there.
I just meant like everybody can
Actually-
spread
Yeah.
that.
No, I know. I'm saying for the edification of the rest of the people that like I'm good with just what I've gathered back for myself. You guys can play with your resources your own self.
I'll bank mine just in case other people need them.
Yeah, ditto. I don't.
Do we have a pencil nearby so that or just some kind of eraser?
Oh,
No.
I meant to say, Gray, as you
I don't
pass-
erase.
as you pass through the cow and the goat situation, all of the cows and the goats followed you like through the pen.
Oh, yeah, that's
watching
right.
you leave.
Oh, I have to stop and pet every single one of them.
Yep.
I don't have an eraser.
That's fine. I will just do my best to remember that I have 3 glamour. I have 3 X'd out, so that'll just be my glamour pool.
Anyways, you actually have a lovely time. Anil, you really want to participate in this. People have done some amazing shit. The stories are great. The song is wonderful. The stone you got is really cool. you look at all of it and you're like, this should make me happy. But instead it makes me feel a little sad. Because I couldn't do it. You're muted, love.
I feel a little sad.
Anyways, as you start walking back towards town, and I'm going to say that doing all this takes you at least like a mile and a half of walking, you run into vines and flowers. Just, there is a clear barrier where things have started growing up.
This is around the town?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
See, it's a good thing we didn't try calling an Uber.
Yeah. Well, we did try, just Madden couldn't get cell service, if I remember correctly.
He did manage to get cell service, but they haven't gotten out to you yet. So he did call an Uber. You just don't have one.
That's fine. I have 4 in resources, which means we're hella rich.
You are.
Do you have a plan for this, for that lady? Because, like, I don't do this magic bullshit. I can, like, maybe knock the curse out of her, but I assume you don't want that.
You made a deal. How do you break a contract?
I don't know.
I could punch the contract. I could eat it.
So, so here's what we know about the situation, as far as I can recall it. Priscilla has been made an avatar of Spring by the Morrigan, and her balefire is poisoned. She wasn't there in the shop when we arrived, but she has an alarm system that alerted her that someone had gotten in. So, if we wait until, I don't know, night or, some reasonable time at which she's probably no longer in her shop, if we can circumvent the alarms, we can get in there and just deal with the balefire directly and not deal with the scary lady who put a mirror in my eye.
That is a good plan, but we should also come up with a backup.
Yes.
I was poking around the balefire, and it's a cyclical thing. Somebody keeps messing it up. So unless she's dealt with, it doesn't matter what we do to fix it. Somebody's going to keep hacking it up.
Do we think she's messing it up? Oh, no, that's probably...
It would make sense that it's her.
That would make sense that she's messing it up.
So we have to offer her something better to make her break her contract.
So Lakoka, because you actually had a whole lot of successes on the balefire roll thing, one of 2 things is happening as changeling powers work. Either whoever is poisoning the balefire is doing it continuously, or there is an extreme time power that allows things to happen in a cyclical manner. So basically it shuts off, and when it shuts off, the curse re-ups again. So either someone has stacked a time power with it or is doing it continuously, and it's hard to tell which.
I will amend my statement accordingly. I maybe just get her out of there? I don't know.
I think we're going to have to do both.
Would everybody like to roll me a perception plus investigation, please?
Would we like to? Do we have a choice?
That's
Investigation.
It's not going to go well for me.
It's not going to go well for me either.
If it's in relation to the balefire thing again, could I roll Greymare instead of investigation?
It's not in relation to the
Okay.
balefire. This is a piece of information I want to give people.
What is our threshold? 7?
Yes.
Okay, then out of 2 dice, I got 2 successes.
I'm proud of you.
Hell yeah. Get it.
3, 1. Okay, with 1 success, well, I guess you could wait till Priscilla's not there. You don't know what kind of schedule Priscilla keeps, so it's as good a plan as any. With 2 successes, well, it's probably better to stake out the place if you're trying to figure out when Priscilla's not there than just assume she's on some sort of sleep schedule that makes sense. 3rd success. So waiting for Priscilla and fixing the balefire is one thing. There were more changelings here, and this, whatever plant line you've come up to here, is clearly creating a barrier. So you might have more captives somewhere in this area.
The moment Anne feels the barrier, she will cast Chill.
Okay. It's not a barrier like a thing you can't walk through. It's just all like as a storyteller, assuming that you do not just willy-nilly walk into the magic plants, okay? Like, but they are just plants.
Okay.
So does Anne still cast chill though?
Would it impede us to walking into the town, or is there like, from what I'm understanding, there's a wall. We can't walk into the town. Can we walk into the town or no?
No, it's more of, imagine the grass is growing thicker and higher and a bunch of wildflowers growing, and it's just impeding. It's kind of waist high. You can absolutely wade into it. It doesn't necessarily prevent you from seeing anything, but it is a very clear line. So it's not like, and nature did this by itself.
She'll ask the thing, do you want this, she can cast it if you guys want to. If not, she won't. Makes it easier to walk through.
I prefer that you didn't.
Gray, you're staring at this line of things that's happening here, and you get hit by your daily dose of things I need to say to people.
My daily dose of bullshit. So Gray does that usual thing where they completely space out and says in a hypnotic tone, a hop, a skip, a dream. All roads lead through the echoes on the dream road.
Means nothing to me. Do we have to go through the dreaming? Is that the dream road?
That's what I thought that it meant.
A hop, a skip, a dream.
Can I make that happen? Can I have my sword?
Your sword.
Yeah.
I always have my sword. I've been practicing with my sword. I was wondering if my Wayfarer... That's not what I wanted.
The Wayfarer.
Wayfarer. What?
How many pips in Wayfair do you have?
2 or 3. I think 2.
So then you have access to hopscotch and
she has-
quicksilver.
They have 3 because they have access to portal as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, then you can also
The portal.
fly.
So that's why I was wondering if maybe I can... I'm thinking about the Renaissance Fair too much today. I just spelled fair the wrong way.
Annunciata, how do you communicate with Benny?
Normally speaking, he'll kind of just squeak to me, and I kind of understand it.
Okay.
And I usually speak back to him just verbally.
Okay. Benny pops out of the dreaming, squeaks, and then passes out on your shoulder.
What did he say in squeaking? In squeaking.
I'm so tired.
And she'll scoop him up and kind of almost gently cradle him and see if she can try and feel if something's wrong with him
Okay.
or if he's injured.
He doesn't appear to be injured, but normally, like, if you started moving him around like a bat, he would...
Gently. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know. He would wake up and at least, like, squeak and like, protest a little. He's unconscious.
This isn't right.
Can Chimera do that?
Get tired?
I mean, they're magical creatures, so...
And Chimera do that? And Neil would probably know this.
Yes, Chimera can do this, but it is not something that normally the immortal world would do, which means whatever Benny was passing through on the dreaming side is full of sleepy juice.
Okay.
She'll just gently hold on and cradle him.
We're
Like,
probably
right.
not going that way.
Oh shit, is Jeremiah okay?
You don't know.
I'm good on glamour right now. I call for Jeremiah.
Okay. Jeremiah does reappear and he goes, what? Okay. God, that was difficult. I just got through that stupid field. Okay. What? Did you forget something in Alberta?
No, no. Jeremiah, are you feeling sleepy?
I mean, yes, but I just fixed that.
I'm sorry. I got very worried, and I wanted to make sure that you were okay.
Great. Then I don't actually think I can get through it again.
That is okay. We managed it fine on our end. I guess I just asked you to do a thing that I wound up not needing you to do, and I apologize for that.
Isn't that always the way?
It
Jeremiah's
is unfortunately very often the way. Redundancies are great, but inconvenient for the people who have to do them.
Jeremiah just kind of looks at you, and it's a frog looking at you, and it's sort of judgmental.
That's
Yeah.
the face of a frog that's going to do you a murder.
Yeah, no. Hey, listen, Jeremiah, you go, you take a rest. You have earned it. I have ill-used you this day, and I'm sorry.
I can help you dissolve the body.
Hydrofluoric acid in a 55-gallon plastic bin. I've seen
Jeremiah's
Breaking
like,
Bad too.
if he dies, then I just have to wander the dreaming by myself, or I might die. So I can't kill him, which makes him so much more frustrating.
Madden used to say that too.
Man's like, I still say that. I haven't gone anywhere.
Sometimes I can still hear him.
Madden just goes to the other side of Annunciacata, and he's like, see, this is why he's the ex-boyfriend.
I didn't already notice.
Right. Anyways, Nightfall wakes up about this point on your back and goes, it's like that stupid movie, isn't it? Like, it's weird feeling here again. Poppies will put them to sleep.
Oh, not that movie.
Because I don't actually know how I know that movie. I think there's some place in the dreaming that just kind of echoes it continuously.
I mean, probably. It's probably all of Kansas.
So we're dealing with Wicked Witch of the West.
No, I just think there's sleepy juice. Also, if I was inclined to sneezing, which I'm not, there's a whole lot of pollen around here.
She's going crazy with spring.
Oh yeah, as you're standing here and discussing this, the flowers and the grass are just growing.
Still like at a visible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
It also
I-
are like growing through, like if you look at the road, it's growing through roads and stuff. Although it isn't growing through buildings.
So do we think that the plants are tied to the whatever is causing sleepiness in the dreaming?
Yes.
So we gotta get rid of the plants.
Be a reasonable supposition.
Well, I don't think we need to get rid of the plants, but what if we need to go back because like her influence is spreading way beyond what she should be able to be doing. Like, and her balefire is just corrupting the countryside.
Can I try to like hack at the plants?
Yeah, absolutely. You have that chainsaw, you have the scythe, you have a trident, you just have like all I imagine is Lakoko just carrying around this like long pack of just random weapons.
Basically, yeah. I'd like to try and go ham. Maybe at least with the size. Pour in some of the poison apple. See if I can just like hack these plants up.
Okay, so what I will have you do is depending on which weapon you're using, I will go for strength and melee. And then in order to heck the plants up, you're going to use nature plus your autumn things if you're using poison apple.
I don't have nature then, so I guess could
then just attack the plants.
Yeah, I think I might just use then the chainsaw and just like pour some dragon's ire into it.
Okay, well, the chainsaw's already like solidly dragon's iron.
Okay,
You
so I don't need
have
to like actively use it for that. Okay.
Nope. You made it super strong. It goes whir. I'm not certain that diamonds could go through that thing.
I got a math.
You-
Just 8.
Just 8? Well, in fairness, how your dragon's ire works is if it was trying to resist you, it would have to like beat a 10 at this point, though I never use 10s, but it's that kind of strong, right? But it's not trying to resist you, they're just plants. So you heck the plants up. There is plant carnage everywhere, flower petals flying everywhere, and also this faint layer of pollen dust that has been released into the air.
Cover my nose and mouth with my hand.
Okay, cool. What do the rest of you do?
I'm gonna take a step back.
Okay.
No, thank you.
No, thanks. Madden will pull Annunciata back from the pollen cloud. The interesting thing about said pollen cloud is it also doesn't go past the line.
Like the border of the town.
The border of the plants where it has just a straight line growing up.
Well, at least we know how far the plants can reach. It's apparently this far and no farther.
For now.
By the way,
Well-
Lakota, they are hecked up plants. They are super dead. The unfortunate bit about it is where they are dead, other plants are now growing just like smaller than the rest of the line.
Well,
So this is a barrier of plants, right?
Yes.
Like it's not like something that's blanketing the town. It's just there's like sort of a very slow wall growing.
You can see the plants growing as far as you can see forward into the town here.
Okay.
Okay. They are not growing into the buildings. It's more like it's rearranging the landscape.
Okay. So if we wait outside the barrier of the plants, eventually it'll just be plant up to our eyeballs as far as the eye can see.
Yeah, and eventually, because you won't be able to see what's going on the inside if they just keep growing intensely here, it'll feel sort of like the barrier around Sleeping Beauty's castle, just because
Okay.
that's kind of the vibe.
Okay.
Also, we have been through 3 turns. At this point, a large tree springs up around the edge here. You only see one currently, but it literally just like bursts out of the ground, fully formed and covered in flowers.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so we can't wait out here for really any much longer at all, because if trees keep popping up, eventually we will be blocked out.
Oh, all of you who have cell phones, who have smartphones, get a news alert that goes breaking story. Owen Sound, covered in flowers. Our man on the ground, Tim whatever, reports.
Okay, it seems like we are on a clock, and that clock is ticking.
Han just walks right in.
Yeah,
it.
follow,
Dad's like, no! Oh,
Wait,
follow the bat.
is there anything I can do? I have 3 points in primal.
okay.
Is there anything I can do with Eldritch Prime to move the pollen out of the way of where Annunciata is walking?
Yeah,
And then potentially extend that to the rest of us?
absolutely. This is absolutely a thing.
It says I can create a pure manifestation of fire, water, earth, air, or wood. So, like, can I create, like,
Damn.
air bubble
Yeah,
that
that's
prevents the
This is actually what I was going to recommend. You know, like the Aang thing at the end of where he's got the all four elements going, but that
Yeah.
ball thing he's
Yeah.
got.
I was thinking a reverse to here.
Yeah.
I was thinking the barrier that you put up in the end of Mass Effect 2 to get through the Seeker swarms, but with wind. That's what I'm visualizing.
Okay, so what I'm going
It's
to
the
have,
same thing, just different reference. Same hat,
Okay.
different color.
Do you have any nature?
I have nature, actually. That's so surprising. I have 1 pip in nature.
And do you have any scene?
Do I have any seeming?
Scene.
Oh, scene. I have 1 pip in scene, too.
Great. So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to add your nature, add your scene, and add your primal. So however many dots you have of all those things, and then your difficulty is 8 though, because you're still in the dead zone. Madden is just holding on to Enunciacata while Anil tries to cast something. It's like, wait, I know you like wandering off. I know. But can we not wander into the death pollen without a plan?
I'm not wandering. I'm going to go straight for the car.
In the death pollen, got it.
Yes, that's why I was going to cast Winter.
It was... How many successes, Anil?
None.
None?
None.
Sad face. You could actually attempt this again. It takes more glamour, though.
I only have 1 more pip in glamour left. Assuming this used 1,
It
I
did.
have 1 more pip in glamour. That's
Okay.
it.
Well, with this attempt, Anil goes, hang on, I got this. Takes a deep breath in, like trying to gather the air towards them. And there's a pregnant pause. And then Anil blows all their air out and goes, shit!
I don't get
And
it.
the pause does not give birth.
Exactly. And with that, we're going to take a break for now, and we'll see you back in 10 minutes, guys. Bye. city has gotten too crowded, and now there's only one way out. Follow the highway north, on past Bury, all the way to Sudbury, but stay on the lighted path. Never go beyond the Kine and their settlements, because out there, well, that's lupine territory, and they don't like us much. But whatever's in Sudbury, whatever's there, has pushed them out. And now, it's our turn. Not all darknesses are the same, and not all things frighten all people. You never know what's behind closed doors, or what secrets you may find. And who knows, if we're very lucky, the clouds may part and we'll see the stars. Coming this Saturday at 1 p.m. to Archives of the Dragon. Hi everyone, and welcome back to our plant problem. I love to present small, mundane problems that make everybody go. Although, admittedly, this is less mundane than some of them. So, we had chopped at the plant, and Anil had attempted to make a big wind, and that did not work for right now. And Annunciata has decided that she was going to go forward, but is being hugged onto by Madden right now. Would you like to continue to try going forward?
Anne is actually going to raise her wings up.
Oh, Lord.
And if she starts to walk, she'll use the wings to move the pollen out of the way.
Okay. So.
I didn't know Anne had wings.
She does.
I thought you were a spider.
Bat.
Anne, Annunciata, ambassador bat.
Well, yeah, I thought you were an ambassador of bats, not that you were a bat.
All right.
Like she was an ambassador to bats? Like she was the spider ambassador to bats?
No, I have wings.
I just always pictured Slow as little spiders.
So
Yeah, no, she's got wings.
Well, this is what I get for coming in late.
So in fairness, we haven't used these wings very often.
That's
So-
true. That's fair.
Ever since I showed up.
I will have a strength and
We were underwater.
athletics check to see how well you blow the pollen out of the way.
Bitch, be gone.
Mhm.
Strength and athletics. Gotcha. This will be fine.
Nothing. Difficulty 7. It's just no magical powers involved besides a thing you own.
That's a 3.
Okay. You are successfully at least clearing the air around you, but it doesn't last very long, so you are going to have to go super quick if you're going with her. Also, the tail end of whoever is the last person in the row is going to have to roll me some avoidance rolls.
I mean, if no one else is going to jump at it, I will volunteer to bring up the rear.
Yeah, I'm probably at the front trying to clear a path with the chainsaw.
That's probably... Given that your chainsaw made lots of lots of pollen come out. Do you think that's the best idea?
I probably have not thought the whole thing through. I assume somebody has stopped me, so I guess I'm just kind of chilling.
Don't do that. Bad idea. Bad idea.
At least Annunciata's wing situation isn't breaking the plants, which seems to cause more problem. It's just clearing a path. So if you want to like body rush the plants, that's probably a better idea if you're trying to be at the vanguard.
Yeah,
Okay.
go for that.
So again, that is also a strength and athletics check. Jack, while that is happening, because you were at the back of this, you were getting the most of the dust that is happening here.
Yes, I am doing my best to sort of cover my face and mouth, so I'm at least not inhaling it. But like, there's only so much a hand can do, and I don't exactly have. I guess I have a handkerchief.
Yeah, but you have two problems here.
Yes.
One, you're just getting a lot of dust, whatever is happening here. And two,
Yep.
you are one of the people with the glass in your eye.
Yep.
So your threshold would normally be 7. It is 8 within this barrier now with the glass in your eye. And
Okay.
I'm going to need you to roll a stamina plus
Okay.
athletics, please.
Stamina. Stamina plus athletics.
Yep.
Get wrecked 4.
All right, you're fine. Everybody is actually fine.
9, 8, 10. Get wrecked, Pollen.
That is, yeah, good job. Lakoka, you are able to help clear the plants down too. Once you figure out that cutting them in half just releases more, you're more like trampling a path through, like you would make a path through the woods type thing.
Cool.
As you walk through the town, you do see people in this town here. They don't seem to see anything wrong. They're just kind of wandering through the plants and going about their daily life. You see a lovely little gentleman we have these shopping carts up here that they're not shopping carts, but they carry groceries. And they're like canvas bags on rollers, and he's just kind of rolling his groceries through the plants like, this is normal.
So people aren't noticing the fact that they're all just moving slower.
Nope.
I don't think it's a thing that we have to worry about right now.
Nope.
I try to point it out to some random person that I see. Be like, do you see all the plants around you?
Yeah, aren't they pretty? It's beautiful spring.
Sure is. Good talk.
I do say, because I really want to do this, and it's just an aesthetic thing, but it makes me happy. Some of the little houses, their roofs are turning into mushroom tops.
Aw. I love it. I absolutely
Smurf
adore
Village.
it.
Weirdly, for something that you know is poisoned, people seem pretty happy here.
Yep.
You still feel sticky and achy, though, in ways that you do not when you're on Ceres property.
I assume we're making a beeline for the car, but we are being led by a red cap and a bat. So,
in fairness, you're being led by the red cap because the Slua is still blind, and Madden is kind of directing from directly behind, like, nope, a little to the left. Okay, big plant.
You get the reckless leading the blind, reading the sighted.
Mm-hmm.
If something does pop up, she will blast it. She doesn't care right now. She's on a mission to get the car and get the fuck out.
The other thing that is true here is that these very tall grasses are suddenly putting out like little bits of flowers, and it smells very sweet in town now.
Are these just like regular, just like flowers, just like natural, real world flowers?
Yep, natural real world flowers. I
Okay.
mean, let's go even environmentally friendly. They're from around here. None of them are invasive species. These are
Nice.
species that belong
Nice.
here.
We're gonna save the bees.
Yeah, exactly.
Hell yes. Hell yes. Hell yes. Hell yes.
But the thing about this, and I'm going to say that all of you can notice this because you are changelings and you're sensitive to this thing. Whatever is doing this is essentially burning through glamour to keep this up.
Oh, fuck.
That's a bad time.
Yeah.
Oh, let's call all the balefires.
Yeah. It's gonna leave an even bigger dead zone.
And it's like somebody granted somebody a whole bunch of glamour all at once. And they're just using it. We get back to the main street. The main street is even more full of flowers and climbing vines. The only thing you do notice that's here now that wasn't here before are a series of roses. They're just normal looking roses. They're not something that you would see just growing out in a field by themselves. They are English roses. They have scent, which is so they are not a hybrid grown for any particular color.
We used to have a bunch of beds of English roses at the museum I used to work at. They're very beautiful.
Yep. They're gorgeous, but I'm just saying they are the one thing that wouldn't just be wandering around in a field somewhere out here.
Yeah.
You come back to the bric-a-brac, right? And that faded painted sign that was around the door, now the flowers that were painted and fading there are real, and they're growing out of the building.
Is this impeding entrance into the building, or
It's aesthetic.
oh, it's just okay? That's all right. So we gonna leave?
Mm,
I'm asking to the party. We gonna leave?
Unless you want to find our garden to find anyone else that may have been trapped here. Did it talk about her garden?
She might mean all the weird plastic flowers by the balefire in the basement.
She's spraying wood, yes. She's got more in it, I bet you. This glamour that I'm feeling, wading through.
It's
This
still
is free.
it's still like mid-afternoon, right?
it's probably on the later end of mid-afternoon now,
Right.
but yeah.
Right, but it's only like it was a 45-minute drive to get here, so we could theoretically get to Ceres, get help, come back today,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easily.
and that is what I suggest.
Okay. So I'm going to say that if everybody agrees, then you can absolutely find the car. It is, of course, being swamped by plants right now, but it is knocker made, so it has some inherent resistance to other people's glamour in general. As you get into the car, you hear this keening noise, and then this scream of rage. And as you get into the car, a gentleman whom you have never seen goes, wait, don't leave without me.
Homst?
He's very pretty. He's pretty in a way you've seen before. You have two of these in your party. This is pretty like she are pretty. He also has a selection of like bows and arrows on his back and like a belt with a sword and a couple of knives.
Is there any way to like roll like knowledge nobility? Is that a thing that exists in this? Because I have 4 in title and 4 in intelligence, and I figure I can make it work.
All right, so I would like you to roll me. Ooh, I have 2 rolls for this if you have them. So I will have you roll intelligence plus politics here, and then intelligence if you haven't. If I gave you any remembrance, roll that as well.
I don't have any remembrance, but I have 3 in politics and 4 in intelligence, so that should hopefully do me.
Difficulty 7.
Oh, then I got nothing. I got literally 6 was my highest.
He's a she.
Yep. I'm sorry. You have us at a loss. Who are you?
And goes, I'm the huntsman, and that's what we're going to go for here. And I was tracking a surge of glamour up here, and I found it, but and we need to go.
I just look at everyone like, oh.
Fine.
Does the name the Huntsman mean anything to any of us?
This is
Not like a real person.
it's not like it's part of Snow White.
Well, yes, but like there are
No,
huntsmen.
I am not that. I am House Beaumain.
Oh, we know that name.
I don't.
No, we know that.
You
one.
definitely know that name. You are a Merking. You know absolutely every house of the.
Okay, I don't. Jack does. I don't.
I will give. So for Jack's edification, everybody else has met Elena and her husband before, and they were both House Beaumain, and they both helped you escape to Ciri before everything went to shit some more. House Beaumain are a house of fortune-telling, hunting she, and they are an interesting house. They are Seelie, which means that they are here for honor and love and that group of things. However, when they retreated into Arcadia with everybody else, they were imprisoned by the other she because they had gone through this little phase in their life where they had seen something in the future that caused a section of their house to start trying to murder themselves with iron knives.
Oh, that all makes a lot of sense to Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Okay.
However, not every Beaumain does this. And of course, they didn't actually do it to anybody else, just themselves.
Hmm.
You have the rest of the party has met 2 Beaumain. They are married. Elena is the Marquise of a freehold. Her husband tends their balefire, which is a large pool, which shows him the future, and it is beneath their house.
Where we met, pool dude.
Mm-hmm. Goes, all right, if you aren't coming, I got a bunch of plants to kill, so can I join, or are you, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right.
Yes.
Okay. He goes, so what's the plan with the car? Because you're the only person I've seen attempt to get in a car, and I'm guessing we're all on the same team with the glam. Okay.
Team, stop this fuckery.
I was thinking more team Irish myth. Y'all are not mages or like vampires or werewolves.
That I'm aware of.
Great, good.
And just spreads her wings.
Cool. I did find the right people.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Lakoka, you're driving, right?
Yeah.
If I'm remembering correctly, who drove us
No.
here last time?
Yep.
I'm driving.
Lakoka has the drive. So
Okay.
Lakoka, I need you to roll me some dexterity and drive because it actually matters now. Your
I'll
diff-
shotgun.
Your
Oh,
difficulty is
so
7.
good.
Yes!
Hold on, I got a math. $11.
Whoa!
I rolled a lot of 10s.
All right, so Lakota
Sweet baby Jesus.
gets in the car and goes, I know how to drive this! And Anil, you're like, are you sure? Because even like I, a knocker who builds knocker things, I'm never quite certain whether I, a knocker, can drive my own knocker things, right?
I like to think the ghost of Captain Falcon just appears in the sky and goes, show your moves.
And so Lakota jams down on the gas and hits this random button, which you have not tried any of these buttons yet, so you do not know what any of them do, right? Slams the button, and out of the side of the car come the two big, like, knife things, and are just, like, swathing down, plants and grasses on either side. This does do a couple of things. So you are going to successfully get out of town with an 11. It's going to be a thing, all right? However, you trigger off the nightmare because the plants do not want to die on the way out, right? This is a very successful way to get out of here. So you did nothing wrong. This is the correct answer. However, most things do have other things that happen, and you have some very interestingly angry nightmares that start happening to all of you.
Oh no.
Come at me.
It's
So,
fine. I don't sleep anyway.
anyways, I need everybody to roll me some resistance here. So I need you all to roll me some wits
All right.
and empathy.
Oh, I have no empathy.
Yeah, I know. But you do have 11 driving successes, so
Yeah, I have 4 in both of those things.
What is our threshold?
it's going to be a 7.
Yeah. That's a solid 2 on my end.
Okay.
1, which is better than I've been rolling most of the night.
Oof.
You're okay. I'm just
Those cancel out.
all right. So, for edification, the nightmare you are going to experience. Has anybody ever seen Rainbow Dash's nightmare of the smiling, giggling, laughing children flowers? This is the thing that is happening to you. It's not scary in that dark, gotta fight it way. It's scary in that children laughing for no specific purpose are creepy sort of way. And the flowers are too happy. Things are too happy kind of nightmares. They are overwhelmingly creepy in that.
All the flowers are those twin girls from The Shining.
And it's such a happy garden. Oh, you can never leave. That kind of creep. Anyways, for all of you who had less than 2 successes, your nightmares for the next week or so are going to be filled with these creepy, laughing flowers, and you're going to have this vague sensation continuously that the only way to get rid of them is to go back into the garden and fight them. So you can keep yourself awake if you want to, but that comes with its own consequences. For those of you who have more than that in successes, you can recognize them as the nightmares that they are, but you still experience the creepy laughing flowers. It's just you're not deeply scarred by them. And your new guest gets out of the car, pulls his sword, puts a glove on, sticks his hand in something, coats the sword in something, and knocks things out. And everything that sword touches dies.
Shit.
Jack,
Yes.
you are incredibly uncomfortable around that sword.
I would like to try and figure out why that is.
Cool. It's roll an intelligence and lore, please, or an intelligence and investigation.
Where's my investigation? I have one in investigation and 4 in lore, so guess which one I'm doing.
Cool.
No. I got assuming 8 again.
No, you're 7.
Well, I got 2 1s and 2 7s, and then the rest were, so I have -2 successes, I guess.
You at least did not botch because you do have some successes on that roll. So
Yes.
the worst thing does not happen. Annunciacata, you are also probably able to figure out what this is too, because you would feel this and you are aware of what this is. So if you want to do this too, you can. The rest of you, Lakoko, you are focused on driving. Anil, if you want to press buttons and see what happens, I'm here for that.
What was it? What was the roll again? I'm sorry.
It is intelligence plus lore or intelligence plus investigation.
Can I use my specialty of connecting the dots?
Yep.
Perfect. And that's a DC of 7?
Mm-hmm.
I will not press buttons while we are in town.
Okay. You can
I
do
do
it.
ask the huntsman about the sword, though, and just be like, can I take a look at it?
No.
Well, fuck you, too.
Trust me. I like you too much for that.
That makes one of us.
Great.
I mean, just intuitively, he put a glove on, coated it in something, like it's probably some kind of like iron-based bane thing that kills fairies.
It's iron powder he's put over the sword.
No.
I have iron resistance.
And he doesn't know that. He
It's
won't
true.
give you the sword.
I say, why won't you give me the sword?
Goes, because I like you too much to want to kill you, and we have too many other things to kill right now.
Why would touching the sword kill me?
Because I'm doing the bad thing where I'm not supposed to, and I'm using iron.
I just grab it.
Okay. So, this is an interesting choice. While driving through town, while he's actively killing stuff for you, and I think what's about to happen
Well,
is...
like, if he's not actively killing stuff. Like, when he's not actively killing stuff, I grab it.
All right, well, I will...
I'm not gonna-
when you get out of town, I will let that go off. Okay. As you go out of town, you see that as you drive to the edge, Lakoko, you have to dodge at the edge because there is now a line of trees that are growing
Okay.
up here. And it's not a line of trees like it's going to interconnect and make a wall. It's more like a line of trees that is going to make a flower bower over the town. So there's still space between them, so you can drive in and out of them, but it's an aesthetic choice to make this town the land of spring.
Okay. Is that Dex Drive again?
Yeah. Just don't run into them because they'll eat the glamour of the car.
Hold on. I got one more. Just 4 this time.
Okay. And again, that's more than sufficient to dodge very obvious road hazards. As you drive out of them, the huntsman rolls up the window, comes back out, and before he can wipe off the sword, Rhea, do you want to grab it? Okay. He will let you grab it. I need you to roll a stamina plus something. Survival. Let's go for survival. Take a point of banality.
Great.
The huntsman looks at you and looks at your fading excitement about things and because this is not the first run-in you all have had with banality on this trip. And he says, give it back. Because I did not wish to harm you.
Whatever. And she gets
Good, because everybody gets so angry when I break out the sovereign. So yes, my sword is dangerous, and if you let me wipe it off, you can examine it all you want. And he takes a specific cloth, and he sticks the sword down into the bottom of a little pot, and he wipes it straight down into the pot. He goes, this has been an interesting experience. Jack,
Yes.
I need you to roll something so that you can resist something about this particular person. But you don't know he's doing it because you don't know who he is, because you already figured that out.
But I rolled for that because, like I said, I have the iron resistance skill.
Yeah, it just... Let's see.
Because it says you can touch cold iron and feel no excruciating pain, not even a tingle.
All right.
However, constant exposure to the metal will still cause you to suffer banality.
Then ignore that, and it doesn't... How I'm going to roll that is you just don't know what it is.
Okay, so it doesn't like look magic or anything like
Right,
that.
exactly.
Okay.
Jack, if you can roll me a manipulation plus subterfuge, please.
Manipulation plus subterfuge. What is my threshold?
7.
5.
Great. Then you don't have a problem. He rolled 4.
Close.
Yeah, because otherwise he would have absolutely known who you are.
Would Anne then pick up from the 5 successes what this thing is? What she's feeling?
Yeah,
The sword?
yeah. You can feel the iron
Okay.
on it. You can also feel that there's a lead weight in here, which is the iron coating he's using for his weapons. He goes, thank you for getting me out. I have been tracking a number of interesting things lately, and they brought me to you. Where are you headed?
Who are you tracking things for? Like, if you don't mind my answering your question with a question.
Oh, I'm Queen Laurel's soothsayer.
Huh. Well, the good news is we're going near Laurel's camp, and we'll just let you out there.
I have run in with rebels, apparently.
It's a harsh word.
This war has been, that particular conflict has been going on for a couple centuries.
Rebel adjacent, really.
We're more closer to refugees in a neutral neutral area for the last little while.
People who are neutral don't.
With light seasoning of antagonism.
He goes, I'm not interested in your rebel leanings or lack thereof. I just assumed, since you are all flinching away from me, and we're this close to Ceres camp, that my allegiance makes you uncomfortable.
Also, the sword, sword makes it's
Yeah,
it's bad vibes. It's bad vibes.
yeah.
True.
Your allegiance means nothing. It's the iron we fear.
Well, I'm not intending on using it on any of you. There are still rules to our society.
Perfect.
He goes, well, I now know that cold iron kills whatever that is, too. Unfortunately, the trod I came in on is unfortunately coated in rose thorns, so I could not return the way I came.
What do you know about what's causing all that?
The dreaming is interestingly full of talking roses currently.
Have you done any investigating in the mundane world?
No, I was more interested in the weight it had pulled onto the dreaming. I had been traveling somewhere else.
This is a known out of character moment, because this is an awkward situation, because I don't know how to ask the party if we should share any information without it being super awkward that I am asking that question. Oh, I will text the people who are the group chat and hope that Lakota does not look at their phone while driving, her phone while driving. It seems like we have a common purpose. Should we share what we know about what's causing this?
The enemy of my rose thorns is my friend.
Is-
So you send that text message. I will not be mean and make this car be one that just goes, "Do you have a text message?"
Please and thank you. Because Jack wants to just lay the cards on the table, but I also don't want to make that decision for everyone.
I mean, Gray sends back a thumbs up because at this point, I don't know what to fucking do.
That's fair.
He has a thing. Maybe he can help. Maybe we can unite on this one thing.
He goes, "My house is rather famed for our hunting abilities. I figured I might as well check out the anomaly while I was passing through."
How does everyone else respond to the text message?
And we'll wait for
Neil will give a thumbs up.
Okay.
Madden, whisper, whisper, whisper.
Madden is like, apparently you look too much like a Mur to be recognized.
More to our benefit, but about the currently blowing up town, do you think he can help us?
I think if he dies, I don't care.
That's fair. Mr. the Huntsman.
Yes.
That town has a very poisoned balefire that is currently being probably poisoned by a Boggin that has been given spring powers by the Morrigan.
You know, part of what that is then, because I felt that. She's been driven mad by glamour. Oh, I wondered. Normally that much expenditure of power makes the world feel empty and wrong, but it's still growing.
for now, but we should probably stop it soon. And seeing as you are hunting the same thing that we are apparently hunting.
Oh, I am not hunting her. She simply got in my way.
Oh, lovely. Well, fair enough. So you don't want to help?
Oh, I'll absolutely help. Though, to be honest, I do not have enough iron powder to help that entire town.
No, not that kind of help. We need a plan, and an extra hand wouldn't go amiss, I guess.
As you all are doing this, and you are driving back to town. Now, it is still only back to Sirius. It's still only about 45 minutes back. It's not a long drive. So Jack and, sorry, I keep forgetting the other person. It's Annunciata, which is useful. You both feel the eyes of the wolf in the back of your head. Like you can see them staring at you. Now, you can't look out a window and see a wolf, but it seems to be searching through your brain for something.
Cool.
Madden read it to her. And would ask, what is it looking for? If she could.
Yeah,
In her mind.
I would also do that same thing.
There's this faint, inquisitive. It's not an angry growl, but like a question mark at having found something it does not expect. And then it retreats again.
Okay, bye.
She tries to pet it for a moment before it leaves.
Okay.
In her mind.
Same. No.
And you drive back into Siri's compound. This feels like the most relaxing thing you've done all day. You have driven out of the dead zone again and back into the land of normal glamour feel. And you all feel a little bit better, but everybody who has taken a point of banality during this exposure here, you are probably going to have to find somebody to help you deal with that and help you reconnect with your glamour side at some point. Although it may not be now, it's just one of those things that in this place full of changelings and light and excitement and imaginative nonsense that happens regardless of how much in danger you are, you feel the difference between this, which is a healthy imagination, and what you left, which is not. However, I do not say you necessarily drive into her compound. You have just driven out of the dead zone because you do have an agent of Laurel's in the car. What would you like to do with him?
Drop it off at Laurel's camp. Be like, we will pick you up in like 3 hours.
We'll meet at the Wahoo.
So you leave him at the Tim Hortons nearby because you would have to go through the dead zone to the other side of the dead zone to get to Laurel's camp. So you leave him at the Tim Hortons, and it is like, we will call you, don't call us.
It'd be like that.
And we'll give him a $5 for some coffee.
He gives you his cell phone number because he is still a modern person, just the same way you are. And it is kind of odd because, of course, you are all in the modern world, and this man has a bow and arrow on his back and a bunch of swords and knives and just modern clothing and a cell phone. Like, yep, see you soon.
This tracks.
It's okay. Lakoka's got a chainsaw, and I've got a stick I found on the ground.
Stick.
Stick. Is it a big stick?
I mean, it's the best stick that like I could find for hitting things with.
That's fair.
So he passes through. He does now have your cell phone number. And you pass back to the house again in Siri's land. And do you check in with Siri before you... Right.
I say yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that was the plan.
It's easy enough to go to Siri. I mean, Siri is on like an extremely tight schedule of rotations of guards and updates on how much glamour we have and what balefires are out and which balefires are going out and if we've managed to re-update any of them. So there's just a lot of people there, but it doesn't mean that she's inaccessible. It just means she's busy. So it takes a minute to get her attention and get her like on track. She's like, you are back super early. Did you find Priscilla?
Yeah.
Boy,
Yes,
do we
and
have
technically
a
alive.
story for you.
I see none of these faces tell me anything that makes me enthusiastic for what this story is going to be. How bad is the problem?
Pretty bad. Not great.
But
Won't lie to you.
How bad is pretty bad, not great?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say like an 8.5, ramping up
Some-
towards 10.
Somebody took a deal with the Morgan.
Oh, see, here I was getting excited because you found Priscilla. I like Priscilla. Priscilla was really.
Somebody is a personification.
Put a mirror in our eye.
To the point. And she has now made the entire town. Oh, her balefires poisoned.
Hang on, because there's a lot of things you just said to me right there. So we need to immediately make a wind barrier here. Like,
Yeah, there's hella pollen.
no, that's not my problem. You just told me someone had mirror put in their eye. Do you know anything about that story?
Jack probably should, but John does not.
The wind carries the bits of the mirror and infects all kinds of people all over the land. So we absolutely need a non-mirror existence. Thanks. So hold on 1 second. She runs off. No, I can't deal with any more bad news. I got to deal with this bad news, and then we can move on to the other bad news. Just give me, tell somebody something, and then you suddenly have a very breezy sea day outside. It's very windy. She goes, okay,
Windy.
more bad news. I see that we don't have any other kind.
Not bad news. It's just more the fact of how much can we survive with the news we get.
Okay. So basically, the Morrigan has given her insane power, but she's also sucking it all out of the area. Am I missing anything?
No. Poison balefire,
Talking Roses in the Dreaming.
talking roses in the dreaming, super powerful spring person, the Snow Queen.
Great. So I have. Sorry.
And we'll bring Benny up. Go sleepy.
Yep.
In the dreaming.
Also, we ran into one of Laurel's huntsmen. Slightly unrelated.
That's a secondary problem that I don't care what Laurel is doing right now. Laurel has just as many problems as I do. So we're going to put that over there. He can do what he wants as long as he doesn't bother me and my people. So we'll leave that alone. All right. So I hate to add more bad news to this little miasma of bad news that you have given me, but Priscilla's freehold is home to 5 to 10 other changelings at any given time. So I think we're hoping that they're dead.
I mean, I wouldn't hope that they're dead.
Why is them being dead our preferred option?
Because the other option is they're trapped in there with her. In some sort of state like her. And a place that is becoming increasingly more banal. And I cannot wake them up. So if they are dead, and not by the iron knife, They might wake up somewhere else.
I mean, I guess that's fair.
Otherwise,
That's great.
we have a half dozen other Kiths whose powers you may or may not need to contend with, depending on how much she's infected them. If she's infected them. If they're going to attack you, which I don't know, and I don't know that you know. Do you know? Did I miss that?
No, I don't think we ran into any other. We didn't run into any other changelings,
Right.
except for
Just the huntsman.
yeah.
Okay. Well, some positive news. You're all back, safe.
Oh, Iris.
Oh, right. I assume Iris has been trying this whole time to get back.
Mm-hmm.
We just gestured, Iris. Just this. We can't bring her back with us until we either sort this out or we kill a balefire, I guess. I don't know.
Or
I
a
don't-
fae.
Please don't. If you can, please don't kill the balefire. Let's disinfect the balefire if we can. That would be good. It is actually weirdly, it is actually good news that the balefire is not out. Just wrong. Sort of. It's bad news and good news. It just means that we don't have to spend more glamour to relight it.
Hey, this might be a dumb question. Priscilla's getting her powers from the story of the Snow Queen, right? From like
Mhm.
acting out and like, embodying that. Can we just tell a different story?
Mm,
Can we just tell a better story?
you can try and warp her story into something else. We all have our own stories, and if she can remember
Yeah.
who she is, maybe.
Like a story magic, just tell a better story.
But I have
If we read her, go dog go.
I have a concern. The reason Priscilla has so much power with this story is because the Morrigan has taken the power of the Snow Queen. She has assumed the story of the Snow Queen unto herself.
So the Morrigan's the Snow Queen.
Yes.
Man, I don't want to fight the Morrigan.
I mean, I feel like it was going to come down to that at some point.
Yeah, but I don't want to fight her yet. I don't even. Half of my power is gone.
Look, no one's fighting the Morrigan. My point about the Morrigan is she has chosen a story that she can insert herself into in order to give others roles in that story.
How does the story end? Can't we push it along towards the end to kind of boot everyone out of it?
Possibly. It's been a while since I've tried to tell a tale that large, but probably going to have to do some of that in the dreaming. And we're going to need a Gerda and a Kay. And I still don't think we can kill her with it, but we can release people from it if we can create a Kay.
I mean, I think that's
What are
our
the
own-
qualifications for a K?
We have to give somebody to the Morrigan.
We all look at Annunciata.
No.
I'm not suggesting it. I'm just saying the offer has already been made.
I mean, does it have to be someone to be given completely, or can it be just, well, no, she knows she can't take me anyway, so I wouldn't be good bait.
So here's the thing about Kay. In order to trigger the exit from the story, because what she has triggered is the beginning phase of the story, right? Which says that the snow has come, the mirror has shattered, and the seasons all have taken rules of their kingdom, right? And the end of the story is triggered by Gerda going to find Kay. But Kay has to be kidnapped or taken by the Snow Queen. That bit's a little bit shaky. In order to have us send someone to rescue Kay, to fix the mirror, to take the power of the story away.
So basically, we need to use someone as bait because we plan to rescue them anyway.
Correct. And that person has to always, in the back of their brain, want to leave the Morrigan. So we cannot send someone who is inclined to take her offers anyways, because the
Okay.
Snow Queen does have, well, not take her offers, but inclined to want to stay with her anyways, because this story also has a slew of frozen men who tried to fix the mirror, failed, and she froze them.
I never wanted to join her, but if I must.
No.
Matt's like, we just started dating. Like, do you have to trigger the Fiona curse, like, now?
But
When-
you can come after me.
When Siri says that people got frozen, Jack visibly just blanches.
It's an interesting story to choose, and I wish I'd thought of it because it's particularly diabolical, because a lot of fairy tales have the story of the good, well, I hate good guys and bad guys because we all represent a range of good guys and bad guys in fairy tale stories, but usually one side conquers the other. But all that happens to the Snow Queen is she continues being snowy, just on a less massive scale.
So who's going to be our bait?
Gray has the impulse to say that they'll do it.
Jack also has the impulse to say that he'll do it.
Madden's
Yeah.
like, what if, here's a thought, I do it.
Like you.
Yeah. but-
Well, I definitely don't want to join her. And I already have the girlfriend who wants to come rescue me.
That does work.
That's fair.
I have the offer already.
And you see, here's the thing, this isn't my final death, at least nobody's told me that, so
So, pretty much you're my death, because I have to go save you. Okay, fine.
Gerda doesn't die in the story. I mean, if I
You
send
think
you,
Morgan would accept?
I don't know what the Morgan will.
Oh.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're going to use story magic, you do kind of have to stay within the confines of the story.
Yeah.
So I don't think the Morgan is going
If
to.
we're rewriting
Don't
it.
think the Morgan
We're
is
not
going
trying
to.
to rewrite it now. We're trying to push it to its conclusion so we can free people from it.
Siri's like, it's not the worst idea. And on the bright side of all of this idea here, you could go through the dreaming on this quest. It's a fairly common thing amongst our people to sing the song of our people. And if you found any changeling artifacts and stuff, we could relight more balefires.
Doesn't sound bad.
I can think of.
Great. So I'm gonna need to find me a crow. Can I go find a crow? Should I go find a crow now?
Actually, if you wait one more day, it's going to be at the shop.
Well, I think we have a tentative plan. And hypothetically, the role of Gerda is a singular role, but there's no rules that says it couldn't be like a group of Gerdas.
The are we going to be the collective Gerda?
Yes. Your new pronoun is Gerda.
A grackle of Gerdas.
That's exactly.
A grackle of Gerdas is the name of my next band.
Anyways.
I Am Gerda is eerily similar to but legally distinct enough from I Am Groot.
And, and just turns around and walks away. She goes back home.
Okay. And with that,
Ah,
sorry.
hang on. John knocked something
I
out.
don't know what I knocked out.
You kicked.
We can still see you guys.
Okay, no, it's turning back on. I think.
Yeah,
Okay,
it
we're
was
back.
my monitor.
It's very finicky. the power strip was hanging off of the ledge, so I wanted to move it back, and apparently that was the wrong thing to do.
Yeah, you just should have left it.
It was near the ship box.
And with that, I think we're going to close off for this evening. Thank you.
That's an excellent note to close off on.
Yep, it's beautiful. However, with this plan of a grackle of Gerdas, we are going to end for this evening. So we're going to go around again and let everybody introduce themselves again and their projects. And we're going to close off. So, MJ.
Hi, I'm MJ Bradley Lestrange. I am a podcaster and a writer, and you can follow my work on certainpov.com.
And John.
Hi, I'm John Bradley Lestrange, TikToker and writer. You can find me on TikTok at The History Wizard.
Awesome. Rhea.
I've been Rhea. You can find me on Twitter at explosive_donuts.
Woo. Velvet.
Greetings, everyone. Thank you for joining us in another episode of Deep Magic. I've been Velvet Divine. You can find me pretty much everywhere on the interwebs at OG Brown Sugar.
And last but not least, Junie.
Hi, I'm Judy Barnish. You can find me on the internet because I'm there. And Twitter, Twitch, and all the other stuff. Have fun.
Awesome. And we are missing our final cast member, Michelle C. Light. You can find her on the internet at Michelle C. Light or michelleclight.com. Go follow her too in all of her projects. And I, as always, am your local chaos bringer, Spectre Alafet. You can find me there. Most places on the internet. You can find the show on Twitter at Arc of the Dragon or on YouTube as Archives of the Dragon, all one word. You can like, follow, subscribe. You can follow, subscribe here. And tomorrow at 1 p.m., you can join us for our vampire game, Sudbury by Night, run by the wonderful Unconscious Celestial. So with that, we will see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.